As you were at the top of the table over in Germany as Bayern München maintain their title push with Bayer Leverkusen hot in pursuit. That's right, but can they close the gap this weekend? We're going to get into that more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today is all about matching number 25. That's right, that's 25 to you and I, as Bayern try to maintain their reclaim, or their push to reclaim the bling. That's right. Can they get over the line and get a little bit closer this weekend? We'll take a look at that and much more in a second. What about the race for Champions League? That's hot to bloody trot as well. We'll take a closer look at that and more in a minute. Big shout out to the members, big shout out to the patrons. You know who you are. What we're going to do now, though, is revisit the last round of games and, of course, look forward to this weekend's drama. Unfortunately, we're not going to do an update to the Super Brew. Just do your thing, guys. Do your bloody thing. Of course, nothing changes. It's just I'm a little bit tight on time. So let's get into it and jump into the deep end and look back at these games. And these were those. That's right, kicking all off with Bayern's 3-1 win over Stuttgart. They were losing at one point, but they came out on top. On with a 2-1 win. Dortmund did beat St. Pauli, 2-0 winners. The other one spotted on the nose. Hoffenheim did beat Bochum and went the other way. Wolfsburg beat Werder Bremen in the battle of the W's. RB Leipzig lost to Mainz. Wow, my boys. Picking up a 3-0 win over Heidenheim, got that one pretty much close to the money. 2-1 winners. I went with Leverkusen 4-1 winners over Frankfurt. I went with a 2-0 win. Holstein Kiel, massive 1-0 win for them over Union Berlin. And Augsburg with a 0-0 draw against Freiburg. Goodness gracious me. So that's, of course, the results. What about the table, The table, my friends, looks a little bit like this. It is Bayern. 61 points. They're 8 points clear over Bayer Leverkusen. They've only lost once. Goodness gracious me. Frankie, of course, in third. And then Mainz could be in Champions League football next season. Or could they? Just one. They are 1 point clear over Freiburg, of course. And my boys are only 4 points adrift. They could be in the Champions League reckoning. Even Stuttgart, even Dortmund, it is still all to play for. Going down, Heidenheim, Holstein, Kiel, and Bochum quite tight there. But remember, just getting in that 16th spot could be the difference between Bundesliga football and not with the playoff on the reckoning. St. Pauli keeping the head clear at the moment, but it could all change again very, very soon. As could the Super Brew. Keep on doing your thing over there. That's the Super Brew link skier, but we're not going to give you an update right now. We're going to go into these games right here, right now. Coming at you this coming Friday. We're going to start with a bing bong ding dong. It is Borussia Mönchengladbach up against Mainz, who are in those top 4 spots right now. Borussia Mönchengladbach under Gerard Cieno are 8th in the table, 37 points for the season, just one defeat in the last 6. Up against Bo Henriksen's Mainz, coming at you at Borussia Park. They've just lost once in the last 6. They're rocking 75% form, and they are 4th with 41 points. They played 46 times since 1999. 17 wins Gladbach, 14 wins Mainz, 15 draws between the two sides. However, the last 3 have ended up all square, whether it's in Gladbach, whether it's in Mainz. So a 2-2 draw last time around at the Borussia Park. That was back in October 2023. The reverse fixture in Mainz back in October was a 1-1 draw itself. Gladbach, though, won the back of that 3-0 win against Heidenheim. That was most recent. Mainz with that big 2-1 win over Leipzig. The odds for this one, it is very, very tight. Coin flip possible, even draw. But not me, though. I've got to believe in my boys. I'm going with a 2-1 win. Gladbach, take it to the house and go the distance. Meanwhile, Holstein Kiel, they're taking on Stuttgart, coming at you on Saturday, the 8th of March, the Holstein Stadion. Holstein Kiel under Marcel Rapp are 17th for the table, 16 points for the season. Just one win, though, in the last 6 games. Up against Stuttgart and Sebastian Hoeneß without a win in the last 3. They're rocking 9th for the table, 36 points for the season. They played each other 4 times since 2015. 2 wins apiece and 2 no draws. Last time around at Holstein Kiel, it was a 3-2 win for Holstein Kiel back in May 2020. It was in the Zweite Bundesliga. Meanwhile, this time around, this season, it was a 2-1 win in Stuttgart back in October. Stuttgart, though, on the back of that 3-1 loss to Bayern. They haven't won since they beat Dortmund back in 8th of Feb. Holstein Kiel, though, on the back of that massive 1-0 win over Union Berlin. The odds for this one, then, Holstein Kiel underdogs. Stuttgart, of course, fancied, and I'm going there, unfortunately, with a 1-0 away win for Stuttgart. Let's go into the next one. It's Leverkusen. It's Werder Bremen at the Bay Arena. Leverkusen, of course, busy week for them with Champions League football, taking on Bremen under Oli Werner. Leverkusen, though, are still rocking their unbeaten run of I don't even know how long, but they're at least 6 games without a loss, 83% form for them. They're second, 53 points for the season. Up against Bremen and Oli Werner, they've lost 5 on the bounce. They sit 12th. 30 points for the season. They need a result. Last time around, though, at Leverkusen, they don't want this. It was a 5-0 win for Leverkusen back in April 2024. The reverse fixture, a 2-2 draw in Bremen back in October. Bremen, though, did lose to Wolfsburg most recently. Leverkusen with that 4-1 win over Frankfurt. They're taking on Bayern this week, of course. Ding-dong Champions League encounter. What a spicy, spicy game that will be. But the odds for this one, of course, Leverkusen massively fancied. Werder Bremen, you wouldn't even go there, especially with that run of form. 3-1 winners for me. Leverkusen in a busy, important week for them. Moving forward, Dortmund, taking on Augsburg, coming to the Signal and Dunder Park. Dortmund under Niko Kovac, 10th for the table, 35 points for the season, just one defeat In the last 5, up against Augsburg, and just took up 50% form for them right now. Just one defeat in the last 6 for them. They are 11th with 32 points. However, drawn 4 of that last 6, and they played Dortmund 28 times since 2011. 17 wins Dortmund, 4 wins Augsburg. There's been 7 draws between the two sides. Last around at Dortmund, it was a 5-1 win for the Yellow and Black back in May 2024. The reverse fixture, a 2-1 win for Augsburg back in October. Dortmund, though, 3 clean sheets on the spin, back-to-back wins, scoring 8 goals without return. Augsburg on the flip side, whoa, 4 clean sheets on the spin, but they've only scored 3 goals in those 4 matches, so not a lot of nil-nils. Last time around, of course, we're not looking at last time around, of course, the bookies for this one, Dortmund fancied here. Kovac has finally got a 2 out of these guys, 2-0 winners for Dortmund. Again, busy week for them. They've got Lille this weekend in the Champions Legos. Bayern up against Bochum. That's right. Come actually Allianz Arena. If any company's boys are tipping at the top of the table, 61 points for the season. Back-to-back wins up against Bochum and Dieter Hecking, who are 16th right now. 17 points for the season. They played Bayern 37 times since 1992. It's been 27 wins for the champions-elect. 3 wins for Bochum. There's been 7 draws. Last time around, over at Bayern, it was a 7-0 win back in September 2023. The reverse fixture this season was a 5-0 win. Goodness gracious me. Bayern, though, on the back of that 3-1 win over Stuttgart. Bochum on the back of that 1-0 loss to Hoffenheim. Again, Bayern Champions League action this week against the current Bundesliga champions Bayer Leverkusen. The odds right here, and of course, Bayern, of course, they're going to be massively fancied. I'm going with a win as well. I'm going 5-0 winners once again. They'll really might even take their anger out on Paul Bochum if they do have a bit of an upset this week in the Champions League. Meanwhile, Wolfsburg, they're taking on St. Pauli, coming at you over in the Volkswagen Arena. Wolfsburg and the Ralf Hasenhüttl are 7th for 37 points for the season. Just 1 defeat in the last 6. Up against St. Pauli, Alexander Blezin, 4 defeats on the spin. They're 15th right now, 21 points for the season. They played 12 times since 1993, 3 wins apiece and 6 draws. Last time around, of course, at Wolfsburg in competitive action, it was a 2-2 draw back in April 2011. Desmond Tutu on that one. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture, a 0-0 draw in St. Pauli back in October. Wolfsburg, though, picking up that 2-1 win over Bremen, but St. Pauli losing to Dortmund. They haven't scored a goal in the last 4 matches. Goodness gracious me. But the odds for this one, Wolfsburg should be fancied. Of course, they are. They have got the bookies odds. I'm going with a 1-0 win as well. Ralf Hasenhüttl's boys competing for Champions League, maybe, well, at least European spots, possibly Champions League. Freiburg up against Leipzig, coming over at Freiburg, also on Saturday, the 8th of March, the Europa Park Stadion. Freiburg under Julian Schuster, unbeaten in the last 5. They've won 4 out of that last 5. They sit 5th with 40 points. Up against Leipzig under Marco Rosa, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They do sit 6th. In third with 38 points. They played each other 21 times since 2015. 4 wins Freiburg, 13 wins Leipzig. There's been 4 draws between the two sides. Last time around at Freiburg, it was a 4-1 win for Leipzig, who've won 6 on the spin against Freiburg, including the reverse fixture in Leipzig back in October. Freiburg, though, picking up that 0-0 draw against Augsburg. They haven't conceded a goal in at least the last 5 matches. Leipzig, though, on the flip side, coming into this on the back of a 2-1 loss to Champions League rivals Mainz. The odds for this one, quite tight, very, very tight. Could be a draw here. I'm going with a 2-1 win, though. I'm back in Freiburg here because Leipzig just aren't themselves this season. Into Sunday's games, it's the 9th of March. It's Frankfurt, it's Union Berlin. It's coming at you at the Deutsche Bank Park Stadium. Dino Topmuller's boys are 3rd, 42 points for the season. Just 1 win, though, in the last 6. Up against Union Berlin under Stefan Baumgart are 14th in the table, 23 points for the season. Just 1 win also in the last 6 matches. Last time, these two sides have played 19 times since 2001. 10 wins we got for Frankie, 3 for Union Berlin. There's been 6 draws between the two sides, including the last time they played at this venue. It was a 0-0 draw. And also, when we take a look back at the reverse fixture in Berlin, back in October, both of those ended up all square. Coming into this, though, Frankfurt on the back of that 4-1 loss to Leverkusen. They've conceded 8 goals in the last 2 games, have Frankie. Meanwhile, Union Berlin haven't scored a goal in the last 2. Goodness gracious, back-to-back defeats for them. The bookies odds on this one, Frankfurt should fancy their chances. They're at home. I'm going with a 2-0 win as well. And then finally, it's the Battle of the H's. It's Heidenheim going to Hoffenheim at the Prizzo Arena. Hoffenheim under Christian Ilsner, 13th at the table, 25 points for the season, unbeaten in the last 3. Up against Hoffenheim, Frank Schmidt's boys, winless in the last 4. They're 18th, 15 points compared to Hoffenheim's 13th and 25 points. They played 6 times in 2016. There's been 2 wins apiece and 2 draws. Last time around over at Hoffenheim, it was a 1-1 draw back in January 2024. The reverse fixture in Heidenheim, also nil effing bloody nil. Goodness gracious me. The odds for this one, Hoffenheim are fancied. Of course, they're unbeaten running with 3 games. games. Heidenheim, not so much. I don't know about this one. So I am sitting on the fence with a 1-1 draw. I think that's my only draw for the week. That's right. That's my picks, guys. Have I got away wins? Yes, I have. Just the one. There we have it. Let me know your thoughts. And if I'm right, it's what the table will look like. It'll be Bayern, it'll be Leverkusen, then it'll be Frankie with Freiburg in that top 4. Going down, Holstein, Kiel, Heidenheim, and Bochum again for the time of asking. I'm just making sure, has that changed? That has changed. Anyway, that's it, guys. Make sure you subscribe. We'll be back with a very soon. But until then, guys and girls, we are done.